Perfect, let us deep in scene 3 and scene 4 with more tension, emotion, and subtle detail, keeping the slow burn intensity consistent with the expanded earlier scenes. Scene 3, Заявил, expanded. Marina rose from her chair with quiet compa. Her movement is deliberate, as to sh you were conserving energy for something far greater than this moment. Sh walked to the window, the wooden floor creaking under her bare feet. Gently, sh pulled the curtain aside. The street outside glistened, the lamplight bending across a spotless, rain cascading from the eaves in shimmering trees. Her reflection in the glass looked pale, almost ghastly, yet her eyes burned with a quiet fire. Without turning, sh asked. Больше чем, do you really want to beg you to stay? Alex froze mid-tea. The harshness in her tone wasn't her, it was worse. It was soft, almost sorrowful, yet lined with steel. He opened his mouth, ready with another treat, but the word stuck. Marina turned, her expression unreadable, her voice calm. Больше чем, if leave it to a long walking on the edge of your treatise, Alex. Waiting for the next explosion. Waiting for you to mean it. He faltered, hands tightening into fists at his sides, to his anger was turning into something else, uncertainty. Sh stepped closer, closing the space between them by just enough to make him feel cornered without touching him. Больше чем, if you want to go, then go. Let it be your choice. But don't imagine you're holding hostage with your promises to vanish. I stopped fearing that the day I realized I could survive without you. Her words landed like stones dropped into deep water, heavy, echoing. Alex's eyes darted between her face and the floor. His breath came shallow, the walls of the kitchen suddenly feeling to a close, to a stifling. Scene 4, the response, expanded. The storm outside deepened, thunder rolling in the distance, rattling the windows as if the world itself was listening in. Alex's throat worked as he tried to swallow, his anger collapsing inward, leaving behind only a fragile shell. Больше чем, I thought, his voice cracked, smaller than sh he had ever heard it. I thought if I pushed you, you'd say something. You'd stop him, you'd tell him to stay. Marina's expression softened, but not with pity. With clarity, sh sank back into her chair, folding her hands neatly in her lap. Больше чем, if told you what I need, Alex. Over and over, respect, honesty, a partner, not a man who throws treats into the air like knives. The words lingered between them, each syllable deliberate, impossible to misinterpret. He shifted, restless, like a man suddenly aware of how thin the ground beneath him had become. The sharpness in his posture dissolved, shoulders slumping, eyes darting toward the floor, then back to her face, searching for some sign that sh still wanted him. But Marina had gone quiet again. Not in defeat, but in finality. The only sounds were the ticking of the wall clock and the steady rhythm of rain streaming down the window. The silence was no longer heavy, it was decisive. Alex stood there, motionless, realizing for the first time that the power he thought he held was gone, quietly stripped away not by shouting, but by her refusal to play his game. And Marina, still, waited, not for his answer, but for his choice. Would you like to write a closing epilogue scene, like a fifth scene, that shows what Alex finally decides, whether he stays, leaves, or hesitates to along? 1 and scene 2 to drive them more depth, dialogue, and atmosphere. Scene 1, the threat expanded. The clock on the kitchen wall ticked louder than usual, every second slicing through the heavy silence. Marina sat at the small, square table, the faded floral tablecloth smoothed neatly beneath her hands. The chipped coffee mug in front of her was still warm, but sh he hadn't touched it in minute. Across from her, Alex's jaw was tight. He leaned forward, elbows pressing into the table, his voice rising, each word like a blow. Больше чем, I can't keep doing this, Marina. Do you hear him? I'll walk away, any minute now. Don't think I won't. Marina blinked, her lashes damp from the sting of unspoken tears. SH had heard variations of the street before, but this time there was something final in his tone. Something rehearsed, sharp as a knife. He pushed back his chair, its legs screeching against the linoleum. Больше чем, you think I'm joking. One more word, one more night like this, and I'm gone. For good. The storm outside rattled the window, rain streaking like drowned pebbles. Marina wrapped her hands tighter around the mug, feeling the warmth leach away as if her strength were slipping with it. But SH said nothing. Дефис. Scene 2, the silence expanded. The air in the kitchen grew thick, suffocating. Alex passed the narrow space, his heavy footsteps tapping against the worn floor tiles. His shadow, stretched long by the dim ceiling light, moved restlessly across the cabinets. Marina sat perfectly still, her back straight, her eyes following him but her lips sealed. The silence between them was louder than his words had been. Finally, Alex stopped, spinning on his heel to face her. Больше чем, that's it. That's all I've got to say. His voice cracked with disbelief. No begging, no tears, no fight. You don't even care if I leave. Marina's gaze lifted from the untouched mug to his face. Her expression was unreadable, but her eyes had a calmness that unsettled him. Больше чем, angry. SH echoed softly. No, Alex. Not anymore. Her words were simple, but they struck him harder than any shouting ever could. He searched her face for some hint of weaknesses, some plea for him to stay. Instead, he found a quiet strength he didn't recognize. The refrigerator hummed in the background, the only sound apart from the rain. The kitchen, once a place of warmth and laughter, now felt like a stage where the final act of their marriage was being rehearsed. Alex rubbed his hands through his hair, unsettled, muttering under his breath. Больше чем, you're supposed to care, he said, his voice trembling, almost like a child's. But Marina only lowered her eyes again, steady, unshaken. Дефис. Would you like to expand scene 3 and 4 next in the same detailed style so the story keeps the same emotional weight? Here is a four-scene short story, inspired by the mood and title of the video. Муж пригрозил жене, что уйдет в любой момент, но ее ответ поверг всех в шок. Husband threatened to leave his wife at any moment, but her reply shocked everyone. Дефис. Scene 1, the treat. Marina sat at the small kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a chipped coffee mug. Across from her, Alex's face was taut, voice low but trembling. Больше чем, I can't keep doing this, he said sharply. I'll walk away any minute now. No more pretending. Marina closed her eyes, the weight of his words sinking like stones. Outside, the rain tapped on the windowpane, rhythmic, cold. Дефис. Scene 2, the silence. For a long moment, there was only silence. Alex exhaled heavily, looking for some reaction. Marina kept still, her posture straight, calm. Shadows from the kitchen lamp stretched across the floor as Alex passed. Больше чем, you're not even angry. He asked, voice quivering with frustration. Marina looked up, her eyes steady and soft. Больше чем, angry. SH said. No, not anymore. Дефис. Scene 3, the reveal. Marina stood, moving slowly to the window. SH parted the curtain just enough to see the street outside, the empty pavement slick with rain. Больше чем, do you really want to beg you to stay? SH asked, turning back. Her voice was quiet but firm. Alex's anger flickered, then dimmed as he searched her face. Больше чем, he began, but paused. Marina took a step forward. Больше чем, then don't threaten with leaving as if it is a joke or a weapon, SH said. If you go, let it be for all the reasons. But don't leave because you couldn't figure out what you want. Дефис. Scene 4, the response. Alex looked at her, swallowed. Rain dripped from the roof gutter, the rhythm echoing his heartbeat. Больше чем, I thought, if I pushed you, you'd tell to stay, he finally said, voice small. Marina shook her head, sadness touching her lips. Больше чем, if told you what I need, SH said softly. Respect, honesty, Prisoners, not treatise. He stood still, torn, as sh, и resumed her place at the table, hands folding in her lap. Outside, the rain continued its steady fall, washing the world clean of pretenses. If you like, I can expand this more. Add more scenes, more characters, or even jive it a plot twist. Do you want to continue?